Hi everyone, Samuel here, welcome back to another video, and today I have this beautiful new Thypoch Simera 21mm 1.4 spherical floating elements, all-inclusive wide-angle lens to test. I'm going to test it for street and documentary photography. I'm a huge fan of the Thypoch lenses. I have been reviewing the 28, I have the 75 Simera as well. I'm going to make a review about it soon as well. If you want to see that, you know what to do. So yeah, my favorite lens on my Nikon ZF is the Thypoch 28 Simera lens. I just love how it renders, and it has great manual controls. And in my opinion, these lenses are the most interesting manual focus lenses that you can buy new. One of the main reasons for me is that they have very generous distance scales. And what I really like is that they are not overly sharp, they still have a little bit of character. So this lens was sent to me by Thypoch, so I'm making this review for them, but they don't get to see this video before it's out. So whatever I'm going to say about this lens is my own opinion. And yes, there will be some things I don't like about this lens, I can already tell you that. So this is going to be a first impression video. Unfortunately, I don't have time to do a proper review. I was supposed to receive this lens over a month ago, but unfortunately this lens was stuck in customs. This is not Thypoch's fault, this is just how German regulations are. But I have the weekend to try it out. I'm going to do some street photography, and maybe I might even do some portraits, I don't know, because I feel like for environmental portraits this could be fun. Let's see how this lens performs on my, Nikon Z7, by the way, which I think is a cool fit. Don't have any Leica M bodies, so this is the Leica M mount. I think they're going to do a Z mount in the future, but this is what we got today. So let's go, take some pictures, and I see you somewhere else. Okay, we are now at the Hamburg Jungfernstieg, and we have a little bit of a whale situation going on here. I was here yesterday already trying to take some photos, but it was 6 p.m. and the whale was in shadow. Now it's much nicer. Of course, this is not a real whale, that would be crazy. But it's an artist group from Belgium, I think. For them it's a metaphor for the disruption of the ecological system. Yeah, I'm going to try to take some photos, and maybe this will be the subject of this video. Just spending the whole weekend here taking photos, because it's going to disappear at the end of this weekend. So let's see what we can find.
She needs water.
Oh, shit just got serious. Just take a photo with your phone, man.
Kann sein, dass sie den Wal wieder abbauen, bis ich fertig bin.
Ja. Hallo.
Hallo. Oh.
Here's how I meet her. Done.
Oh. Soll ich sie wieder in die Luft haben?
Wenn sie es so in die Sonne halten können, wäre super.
Sie jetzt ist da ein.
Moment, einen Moment. Genau. Ja, sehr schön. Man, the kind of technology we bring here. We have someone with a large format camera, a woman is drawing, there's someone with a 360 camera, then we have smartphones, and then me with a boring ass normal camera. Okay, we are leaving now because I have to pick up my son from kindergarten. But I'm going to be back tomorrow, and in the end, thanks to you, I think I saw more opportunities. So yeah, tomorrow I will be here again. So we are back home. It is still Friday, but afternoon, and now I'm going to edit some of the photos of today. You already seen them. Now followers of this channel know that I really don't like to shoot videos indoors. I like to be outside, hence the name Street Life. You know, I like to be outside on the street, taking photos, showing you real world examples. But I think we should still talk a little bit about this lens and get some technical data out of the way. By the way, I have this graphic here to show you. Thypoch sent me this. You can see we have some floating elements again, which I think is good for chromatic aberrations. And here's the Simera 21 without a camera attached to it. It has a very satisfying aperture ring. I think it's even better than the 28 Simera lens. Really liking the feel of it. Focusing ring, the dampening, super smooth. stiff enough that you don't need to worry accidentally changing focus. And as all the other Simera lenses, we also have this very unique distance scale indication here, which, to be honest, it's hard to see sometimes, and I don't really look at it. I kind of know my ranges, and but I do care a lot about distance scales, and we have here 2 meters, 3 meters. Hello, Fujifilm autofocus. 2 meters, 3 meters, 5 meters, and then infinity. I said this in the beginning already, but I really love how much control I have with these Simera lenses. They give you so many distances. Like, this is a very wide angle lens, so they could have just stopped at 2 meters, because most people would probably zone focus at 2 meters at f11 and everything will be in focus. Technically, not always practically. But they give you 3 and 5 meters as well. And even between 5 meters and infinity, there's a lot of space. So that gives me a lot of confidence that I can set my exact distance, even if you use wider aperture values. And this is a 1.4 lens after all, so you might want to use it wide open. This also has a lot of aperture blades. I don't know the exact number. This is how much. Which means even when you stop this lens down, you will still get fairly round bokeh balls in the background, which you don't often get with manifocus lenses. They often cheap out on the aperture blades and you get these hexagon-shaped bokeh balls, for example, or just very harsh-looking background blur. And with this lens and all the Simera lenses, in fact, you always get very smooth bokeh, even if you stop down. What's also unique about Thypoch is that most of their lenses cover more than the full-frame sensor. So, for example, I have the Simera 75 here on a Hasselblad medium format camera, and this covers the full sensor. You get a tiny bit of vignetting, but you can't even see it when you stop down, only wide open it shows up. And I have tested this lens on this medium format camera as well. It does work, you get a lot of vignetting, but it covers most of the sensor. So that's also unique to Thypoch. If you're curious about this kind of setup, I'm going to do a video about this lens, and I'm using this X2D Hasselblad together with this lens a lot for portraits as well. Stay tuned for that video whenever that comes up. Let's talk about packaging and accessories. This is what you get, a black box. This is where the lens would be. I have the lens hood attached already. We get a lens cap if you want to use this lens without the lens hood. Let's take it off. So this is the lens without the lens hood, and then you have this lens cap, which you can just slip on to it. Sits on tightly, feels nice, metal. Lens hood is metal. Lens hood goes on like this. It also comes with a lens cap for your lens hood, which just goes on like this. And now you have your lens protected. I don't really use this because for me the lens hood is efficient enough. But yeah, you have 2 metal caps that you can choose from. I have no info on pricing yet, but I will try to provide a link to Thypoch's product page, and then maybe you can see the pricing for the lens. I'm assuming it's going to be similar to the other lenses, maybe around between 500 and 700 euro, probably. Maybe they will price this higher because it is a wide angle lens, which is very bright. And usually this kind of lens costs a lot of money. Just look at the Leica alternative. There's also a Simera 21mm 1.4. And I wish I could do a little comparison because I think a lot of people are looking for that lens as well. Unfortunately, I don't have access to one. Matt Osborne, Mr. Leica, probably has a video like that. He always does a lot of comparisons, so my best guess is that he might have some side-by-side images. But what I can give you is my first impression and user experience using this lens. So with all of that out of the way, let's go out again, take some more photos tomorrow in Hamburg. It's also going to be the last day where we can see the whale, and I'm going to try to take some more photos, also because I want to try to shoot some flash. I have this Godox IM30 that I'm trying out at the moment. That could be very interesting because 21mm is very nice if you want to go close and do layering. And I think a flash could help make the images pop more, so that's what we're gonna try. I see you out on the street. Let's go. So it is the next day, it is Saturday. I'm out here again with the Thypoch Simera 21mm 1.4, trying to take some more street shots. I'm going to go to the whale now, and it's super sunny today, which is good, but it's also very harsh light. So I brought my little flash today, IM30, to use it for fill flash, because I don't like the midday sun. I think it's too harsh, unflattering shadows on the faces. So yeah, I don't really use flash on the street, but I think at the whale, I might get away with it. I expect it to be super crowded at the whale, because it's Saturday, it's the last day. Everyone has time to go. Oh man. Oh, there's actually someone on the whale this time. That's new.
So we're taking samples and we're investigating. There is some dioxin found, but it's normally not enough to kill it. So yeah, we're still looking into that.
Aber das ist nur meine Meinung.
Okay, I think I'm going to take a break. It was very hard at first. It was super crowded, hard to see anything different than yesterday. But then I started to experiment with the flash and it opened up for some new possibilities. But I also noticed that if I go too close, the bottom half of the frame would be in shadow because the lens is a little bit too long for this small flash. So if you are considering using this with a flash, this lens, for sure get a bigger one. I think I'm going to take a coffee break and then come back, because in half an hour or an hour you will have an amazing rainbow effect here on the river, which could be cool if you juxtapose that with the whale. Yeah, let's take a little break or do some street photography in the city and then come back. The sun is soon going to be behind the buildings, which will mean that the whale is going to be in the shadow. So these are the last minutes. Okay, I think I'm done for today. I had enough of this whale, and I just asked one of those guys, you know, how are they going to transport it? And they told me, this night, 2 a.m., so tomorrow, 2 a.m., they're going to cut it in pieces and then with cranes put them into trucks and then drive away. I kind of want to see that. I don't know if I want to be here 2 a.m., but I might have to go just to complete this series. But yeah, I'm going to go home now, end the day. I had enough. But it was a good day. Okay, time to give you my final thoughts on the Simera 21mm lens for Leica M mount. Now obviously I didn't go back to the whale at 2 a.m. I really wanted to, but I just value my sleep, and at this stage of my life, if I do an all-nighter, I won't get that sleep back, ever. Okay, what do I think about this lens after using it for a while? I have to say, it feels similar to the other Simera lenses, and that's a good thing. It's a very consistent experience. You always get the same focus distance scale, the nice declickable aperture ring, even though I only use it with the clicks, because I mostly use it for photography or stationary video like this. So when I initially got this lens, I expected it to perform identical to my Simera 28mm lens. But I have a feeling that this lens is a little softer wide open. And this could be due to field curvature, because I experienced some sharp foreground elements on the side of the frame, even though the focus was in the distance, in the middle. So I'm sure there's some field curvature at play, which, you know, isn't an issue when you use it to isolate subjects, to take portraits maybe, or to, you know, blur out the background. Then this is not so important. But for street or documentary photography, I think I like my focus to be more even. And I have to say that the center sharpness wide open, even though it is acceptable, is totally fine. How do I say this? It basically goes less sharp the more you go out of the frame, which is totally normal. But I feel like on this lens, maybe because of the field curvature, or because it's just not as sharp as the other Simera lenses, in my experience. I could also have a bad copy, I don't know. I just wish it had a bit more sharpness wide open, because after all, this is a lens you probably get to use it wide open a lot. Otherwise, you know, why use this lens and not a more compact 21mm? That's a little bit of a bummer, because I would love to use this lens wide open a lot, but I'm not very satisfied with the results, to be honest. Unless my subject is in the center. But if I focus on the edges, for example, I have this photo here of my friend Delmar, and he's not in the extreme corner, but you can see that the sharpness is there. There is sharpness, but it's not really focused. I don't know, it feels like, you know, the lens elements are creating a little bit of distortion in the sharpness. I don't know how to explain it. But once you stop this lens down, it is extremely sharp. I have tested it on a medium format camera, 100 megapixels, and it resolves all the 100 megapixels, no problem. But again, why would you get this another small compact lens if you plan to use it stop down, right? That's a little bit of a negative point for me, because my 28 Simera, I can use it wide open, and it's also not the sharpest lens wide open, but I feel like it's sharper than this one. I know sharpness isn't everything, and maybe you like a softer look, but I expected a bit more sharpness and details wide open. This might be a great lens for video, even though I haven't tried it yet, but all the Simera lenses are beautiful for video. I use them a lot. The 75, which I'm also going to review soon, stay tuned for that, is a beautiful, beautiful video lens on my full-frame Nikon cameras. So I might end up using this more for video, who knows. I wanted to love this lens and tell you how amazing it is. It is a solid lens, it has a beautiful character, that's for sure. I like the character. Beautiful sun stars, some color flares here and then, which can be a vibe if you like that. I also don't like perfect lenses without any flares. I mean, sometimes I do, but I want to choose lenses in terms of the look, the character they give me. And I choose all the Simera lenses because I want the character they give me. But somehow on this lens, I wish it would be a bit more clinical, maybe, in terms of the flare control, and just a bit sharper wide open. So these are my final thoughts. It was still fun using this lens. I will include a link to the Thypoch website. They probably have a page for this product ready, and then you can check the price, because as of the time of this recording, I have no info on pricing yet. So check that out, and hope you enjoyed this video and was entertaining or not. And guys, I'm not plugging my Patreon and memberships enough, but I should probably do that from now on in every video. I do monthly live streams that are available for members and Patreons after they go live, where I'm editing photos. The photos you've seen in this video, I have edited them live. All my members, patrons can see all the editing sessions. I also do update vlogs where I share upcoming projects, sneak peeks into videos I'm making, extended cuts or unedited interview sections of my videos as well. So yeah, check out Patreon or become a member on this channel if you want to support me further. Otherwise, just leave a like or a comment, that helps also. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.